Hi there, this is Athel and this is an episode of Ask Athel Anything. If you have a question for me, you can send it to askathel@gmail.com and it will perhaps become part of the show. So let's jump to today's question. It's a little bit of broken English, so bear with me. My boyfriend and me were very happy and he wasn't used to having a girlfriend who cares and loving. He didn't know how to accept it. He told me it felt a bit much. So I would limit my affection and attention to him to things seem okay. To make things seem okay. He lives in, and I won't say the city number 1, and I live in city number 2, which is in a different state, and the cities are about an hour apart in terms of drive time. And he showed signs that there was someone else. He said no, then he wanted a break, then he called it space and told me to give him space, but he leaves his stuff at my place. Later I find out he has a girlfriend now, so he's scared of all my love and he's just using her to give me the impression, and given me the impression if it doesn't work out, he comes back to me. Now I just want him to come back and leave her. Help. Alrighty, so I'm not actually going to give you advice to try and get him back because for 2 reasons. One, I don't think he's going to want to come back, and I think even if he did come back, you're not really going to want him either. When I look at this, I mean I did a video on the book He's Just Not That Into You a couple weeks back, which would be helpful for you to watch, I think. Yeah, but when you just look at this, he's saying he doesn't know how to accept love. He doesn't live with you. He lives in a different city. He lives in a different state. He lives with a different girl. He's, sure he might have left things at your place, but he's given you a whole bunch of really clear messages of he's really just not that into you. He's not interested and he would rather be with somebody else. He's only keeping you around to some degree because you're perhaps an acceptable backup plan if his main choice, his number 1 choice of girl falls through, and then he can bounce back to you. But really he's not that interested in you. You've given me no real evidence that he's super into you, and you're giving me a lot of evidence that he's not. So yeah, I think your biggest problem is you're keeping all his stuff at your place while he's in a different state, a different city with a different girl, and basically just stringing you along. So honestly, my advice would be to call him up and tell him to come get his stuff. And if he doesn't come get his stuff, that you're just going to put it at the side of the road, or you're going to donate it to Goodwill, or you're basically just going to sell it all on eBay or whatever it is. He can't have it both ways. He can't be living with somebody else and having you be his personal storage unit while you wait by the phone and hope that he comes back. So honestly, call him up, tell him to come get his stuff, and if he doesn't come get it, just get rid of it. So one of the things I think you have to take from this experience is that, to really internalize, just because you are into someone doesn't mean that they are necessarily going to be into you, and to really think through what it is that you are looking for in a relationship and what your minimum standards are to be in a relationship with someone. You have to at least be in a relationship with someone who wants to be in a relationship with you. And I truly think, even if he comes back and wants to be with you, that's probably one of the worst outcomes for you, because you've just trained him that he can treat you like dirt and you will take him back with no questions asked. And that is just guaranteeing you to have more problems with him in the future. Because you can bring him back, you can convince him to marry you, but he's not into you, which means this whole thing will reassert itself at some point. And I'm going to leave it there. So if you can like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that good internet stuff. If you have a question for me, you can ask at askatheleanything@gmail.com or leave comments. I will hunt through for them. And I will catch you next time.